The agonizing screech vibrated Leo's skull like a bone saw trying to bore its way out from the inside. The aliens were torturing him. Again. He had to get away. He had to escape. His desperate gaze ticked to the single window. The galaxy stretched to infinity outside, cold and bleak and unforgiving. A small, circular pockmark marred the glass from some bygone impact of ice or rock. The flaw was tiny, but critical. Leo knew if he hit the window hard enough, it would shatter. He could escape. Sure, it would be into the void of space, where he'd die an agonizing death by asphyxiation, but compared to the alternative, at least that would be quick. The caustic wail pitched upward. Leo's muscles constricted, his vision blurred, his sphincter clenched. Just when he was on the cusp of permanent detachment from his sanity, the noise stopped, and the audience burst into wild applause. Leo's brain pulled back from the edge of fatal hemorrhaging, letting his eyes slowly return to focus. A hulking alien strutted across the tarnished deck plating, waving his hands at the crowd as he sponged up their praise. 8 beefy tentacles sprouted from his head, each ending in a round, leech-like mouth the size and shape of a trombone bell. Leo leaned into the microphone of his karaoke console and cleared his throat. Okay, so let's hear it for Grundlax for that rendition of what was allegedly Sweet Caroline. He winced at the sound of his own voice in his ringing ears. It's true what they say. Nobody murders Neil Diamond like a Scritoro. The alien flung his microphone at Leo's head, screeching out words like an angry bugle corps. Suck it, stubble chimp! Leo yelped and ducked the projectile as a roar of laughter erupted from the crowd of gathered things. A few blue lizards in Hawaiian shirts slurped up cocktails. A party of animate plants devoured a rack of barbecue, spattering sauce on their leafy faces. In a darkened corner, a couple of humanoid felines mewled and pawed at each other like no one was watching. They'd be coughing up hairballs of each other's fur by last call. Leo sighed as he picked up the microphone and checked the list of names on his console. All right, the next singer is... Oh man, I know I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation. It's like kind of a square thing, then 2 squiggles, and what looks like a pregnant seahorse. A dark mass the size of a small shuttlecraft slid out of the shadows. It was a rigid and slightly translucent blob filled with a mottled, curry-type substance. Leo didn't recognize the species, but thought it looked exactly like a glacier made of vomit. The alien reached out a short, blobby tendril and accepted the mic. Saw. The deck vibrated as a thunderous sound rumbled from deep inside the creature like a didgeridoo mating with a foghorn. Leo flinched and backed away. Are you all right? Ugh. Leo blinked. Suck? Okay. I see where you're going with this. It. Suck it. Hilarious. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's see what song. Stubble. Oh, for crying out loud. Leo crossed his arms and tipped his head back on his shoulders as the glacier droned through its specious slur. A series of thick, rusty pipes crisscrossed the lounge's ceiling above, each printed with warning labels in every alien language he could identify, and several he could not, like the Rosetta Stone of toxic waste. He wondered how hard it would be to take a drink from one and put himself out of his misery. Chimp. Leo side-eyed the glacier as he leaned into his console microphone. Yes, thank you. Now, let's see what you'll be singing for us tonight. Please be short, he silently prayed. Please be short, please be short. He tapped a pad, and the bar's hollow screens displayed the song. His shoulders slumped. Every KJ's favorite 8.5-minute epic. I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that.